All right, guys, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your ruler and you're going to find a place on here, and you're going to want somewhere in the middle. It doesn't have to be exactly the middle, so you don't have to necessarily, but find some place in the middle and draw your line. This is called your horizon line, so go ahead and label that. Horizon. Oh, for our next step, what we're going to do is underneath your horizon line, you're going to draw yourself a square. Anywhere you want. So you're drawing a square. So you have a square there. It's floating underneath your horizon line. And then the next thing you need to do that we actually kind of skipped, but you are going to find a place to put your vanishing point. It can be anywhere on your horizon line, but you're going to put a little point there and go ahead and label that vanishing point. Next thing we're going to do is add what's called orthogonal lines. So I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to connect the corner of one of my squares to my vanishing point. I can go ahead and draw this lightly if I want, because I'm going to probably have to erase some of it later. So right, I'm going to go to each point and connect those to my vanishing point. Now I'm not going to need to do this one, right, because I'm not going to be able to see this one, right? And I can go ahead and label those as well. Orthogonal lines. The next part. This is the tricky part, guys. So, pay attention. You're going to want to take your ruler and set it to one of the lines of the square on the side there, right? And I want to keep this parallel. So I'm going to end my box somewhere. What the common mistake that people make is they'll do it like all angled or something, and then it doesn't look right. So the trick is to go ahead and get on that line and go parallel out until where you want it to end. To keep these two lines completely parallel with each other, right? And then I can do the same thing on the top and go up and meet that corner of that other one, making sure that these two lines are completely parallel, and I will have a box. Now I can also grab an eraser and erase those orthogonal lines. So once I erase it right, it will be kind of sitting out by itself there. Anywhere you want, you're going to draw another box above the horizon line. First, you're going to start with a square first. And then once you have your square or rectangle, you're going to do the same thing by finding those corners and connecting them to your vanishing point. And so since I'm so close to there, I'm really not going to have the side of my box there, right? So it all really depends on where that original square goes. And then just like I did on the first one, I'm going to go for my line parallel until how far I want to go to it, making sure that these two lines are parallel. Draw my line and erase my extra orthogonals. Now I have a floating box. Now I want to draw one more box together. This time, this box is going to change because this box is going to be on the horizon line. Now I'm going to go ahead and make it a little more rectangular than a square. So since you're not going to see the top or the bottom of the box, all you have to do is draw the side orthogonal lines. And we'll go ahead and meet those to my vanishing point again. I'll find my one side there, right? Come out with my parallel where I want this to end. And I'll be able to erase my orthogonal lines. Now, since I'm drawing on the horizon line, I'm also able to erase that horizon line where my box exists. So in turn, now it is in front of my horizon line, right? Show you one last thing. So if I was to turn these boxes, listen up guys, if I was to turn these boxes into little houses, basically if I draw anything on the face of it, right? If I draw something on the face of it, it's just going to be however it is, right? However, if I draw something on the side, I need to keep these parallel lines matching with these, but all of my top and bottom lines need to still be orthogonal, right? So say I want to do some windows. All these lines are parallel, but my bottoms, my tops, and my windows have to meet my vanishing point, right? You see what I did there? You get it? So if it's on the side of the building, your top and bottom lines have to be orthogonals. These are parallel. But if it's in the front of the building, right, it's just whatever it is, straight on. Everybody get that? Cool.